Superman 3. Oh boy. Here's the point in the film series of Superman where, unfortunately, and certainly you don't need me to tell you, that it takes a serious dip in quality. And here's where it does start to feel episodic, and yes, it feels cartoony. I mentioned in the last video that watching the first two together is a rewarding experience. I wouldn't advise adding this one, unless you wanted a seriously disappointing and uneven triple feature. But okay, let's be fair. Let's remove the first two from the equation here, and not comparing it to the first two, which are great movies. Does Superman 3 at least hold its own as a good movie? Well, it's not especially good, but I can't say it's an irredeemably awful piece of shit either. It's stupid, it embraces its goofy side a little too much, but overall it's harmless, it's fairly entertaining. I can't really say I hate it, but it has more than its fair share of problems, I'll say that. So gone are the days of threatening and interesting villains. We've passed Lex Luthor and General Zod, so now this epic third part we have Ross Webster, evil billionaire guy. Yeah, I don't know. His evil scheme is to control the weather and have monopoly over the coffee industry, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Uh, the pawn in his evil scheme is Gus Gorman, played by Richard Pryor, as a blue-collar welfare collector who happens to have a knack for hacking into computer systems. So a good deal of the movie feels more like a Richard Pryor comedy than it does an actual Superman movie. And hey, I like Richard Pryor. He's one of the great comedic actors, but just the long and short of it is, what the hell is Richard Pryor doing in a Superman movie? I don't know. But there's some good stuff here. They take a break from the Lois Lane relationship and focus on Clark Kent as a character a little more. We have him return to Smallville, and he reconnects with Lana Lang, and I liked that. I liked how they didn't go for the same old dynamic between him being Superman and being in love with Lois, and her not knowing, and he's really Superman the whole time, and all that stuff. We've had that before, and it was done well in the other movies, so here's just something a little bit different. So I can understand and definitely appreciate what they're trying to do. And there's also an interesting plot point where Superman comes into contact with the red kryptonite and turns evil. Well, maybe not. Maybe evil is the wrong word. He turns into an asshole. Hey, it's still better than Spider-Man 3, you have to give it that. So there's some stuff about inner conflict, how there's good and bad within us all, and ultimately good can triumph. And that's a nice little message. Nothing really profound, but in playing the roles of not only Clark Kent, not only Superman, but now evil asshole Superman, Christopher Reeves, once again, he displays some superb acting, even if the content isn't the best. I don't feel too passionately one way or the other with Superman 3. It's entertaining, it does its job. After the first two exceptional movies, yeah, it's a letdown. There's no question about it, but it's decent. There's some good stuff, it's not all bad. Let's put it this way. The story quality may have degraded, but it remains polished. You can still believe a man can fly, and you still can't see the wires.